Welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast/gig where every week we both research a music-related topic and then report back to the other one. It could be a band, it could be a genre, it could be whatever big concept we find interesting. Kind of flubbed that line. I'm not going to do another take. I'm Matt, and this week... fucking hell. Ruined. I was going to say, Leia isn't here this week. She is doing other things, I guess. I forgot to ask.
Living a life.
Yeah, didn't really care. Instead of Leia, we have a better replacement.
Thank you.
Who do we have, Lou?
We have Lou.
We have Lou. Lou's here. You might remember him from 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah.
Was this set up so that you'd remember him? Nope. We're both members of the band Wild Abyss. Disclaimer, our views do not reflect the views of the rest of the band. They do reflect Leia's views, though. Whatever I say, personally, is what she thinks. And I hope she's listening right now, because she'll be smiling in agreement with me.
Hopefully.
She definitely won't be. Last week, we had George on, and I assume you did... Oh, you haven't listened yet, because I haven't put it up yet.
It's not there yet. I don't know.
Well, we had him on, and he didn't... I don't think he quite got that me and Leia snipe at each other.
Okay.
Like, in good humour.
Yeah.
He definitely at a couple points was, like, trying to break up a fight. Like... Because
Well,
Leia,
that'll be
like...
fun to listen to.
Well, she'll, like, go for me.
Yeah.
Like, she'll probably be like, I hope you die. And I think he took it a little bit seriously. Maybe not. I don't know. George, if you're listening, tell me if you took it seriously or not. Anyway, this week we got something slightly different because Leia's not here to organise things. So I thought we'd just have a looser episode.
Yeah.
On the broad concept of songwriting. Lou and I are both what you could generously call songwriters.
Well.
Yeah, I said generously.
Yeah.
Being nice. So I just thought we'd take apart. So I've written down some questions and we're just going to go through them and see what we come up with. But first, I actually have done the music news this week. I've closed one of the things. All right, here we go. So we have some music news to talk about.
Okay.
Did you know that Paul McCartney announced and released 2 singles?
No.
Yeah. I listened to them just now before you showed up.
And how did you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's easily listening. You know, I like Paul McCartney. Shockingly.
What, his solo or just his Beatles stuff?
Both.
Okay.
I like Paul
I don't know much of his solo work.
I like Paul McCartney in general. I liked when he teamed up with Rihanna and Kanye.
Oh yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's really good. But yeah, I recommend... I Don't Know. I didn't like Come On To Me as much, but I did listen to I Don't Know twice, so I don't know if that impacted my decision. On the other side of things, gotta get Twitter up on my phone because
I have music news.
Oh, cool.
Slash Myles Kennedy.
God damn it, I was about to do that.
Really? The Conspirators released a date for their third album? I want to say third album. I think it's the third album.
Look. Slash Myles Kennedy.
Yep,
The
21st of September. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for it.
That does sound
I love
like
them.
the best thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's why I knew you'd be into this as well. Whereas I guess Leia would care because she really likes Slash,
Yeah.
but she hasn't heard Myles Kennedy.
Oh, he's so good.
You showed me Myles Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
I showed you Hailstorm.
You did. You showed me my favourite band.
Yeah.
Second favourite band. My favourite band is The Main. Sorry, every other band out there. Sorry, our band.
I forgive you, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking for Leia. But yeah, that's going to be amazing. Have they worked together before?
Who?
Slash Myles Kennedy, The Conspirators.
Yeah, this is going to be their third album.
Okay, cool. I actually haven't listened to them properly then.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah?
They're amazing.
Because I've listened to them individually.
I would say they're one of the best rock albums.
Alright, hold on. What are the names of them? Because I'm going to put them on my list.
One is World on Fire.
World on Fire.
And the other one, I want to say Apocalyptic something.
Apocalyptic something.
I'll have a look right now.
Apocalyptic Love.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's not as good as Apocalyptic something. That should be the name of our next EP.
Yeah.
Right, so Apocalyptic Love and the one you just told me that I've forgotten. The other one. What was the other one called? Have you forgotten too?
Wait, I'm about to look it up.
I have to play back the tape of me saying this.
World on Fire.
World on
There we
Fire.
go.
Okay, I'm going to listen to those. Probably with you in the house.
Yeah, we can listen to it after this.
Yeah, because we're going to a gig after this, everyone.
Richie Kotzen.
Yay. Do you know who he is? Message us. I assume you do. Leia didn't.
I want to make an Insta poll to see how many people actually know him. I say less than 30%.
You think?
Yeah.
I think less than 10%.
Yeah, probably.
Either
Either way, he is one of the best singers, songwriters. and
Yeah, I
guitar
was pretty
players,
blown
in my
away
opinion.
from the stuff you showed me. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints. I rarely have no complaint, but I have no complaints. Right, more news. Did you know that Slipknot's Corey Taylor is going to be featured on a Code Orange EP?
No.
Oh, I've never heard Code Orange before.
Neither have I.
This has put me on their radar because Corey Taylor is one of my favourite singers, and him being on an EP just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he was in Knots 2 days ago with Stone
What?
Sour. They were
Of
at Rock
course,
City.
of course he was.
Yeah.
My friend went to see. Shit, I should ask her how it went to. I'm going to message her right now. This is what happens when Leia's away.
Yeah, this is live.
Like, we just go off the walls with whatever we want. She doesn't even put that much control on me. I just
No.
feel like milking this. Oh, a final bit of news that I thought was interesting because I didn't do a lot of research into the
Yeah.
news. There's a new Blink-182 album.
Okay.
Do you like Blink-182?
I think I only know one of their songs, and I don't know which one it is.
Surely you know All the Small Things.
Wait.
All the small things, something.
Probably.
Yep.
Break Stuff. No, that's Limp Bizkit, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's not them.
No, I don't know them enough.
Damn It? If you play Guitar Hero, you've heard Damn It. I
I might have heard of it, but
It's
it
really-
hasn't made its way to my
Oh, that's
subconscious.
fair. I don't really know how to go with this. I like Blink-182, but apparently their new music is really aggressive, really catchy, dark and weird.
Oh.
They've got songs that sound like they pick up where Take Off Your Pants and Jacket left off, which is a song that they did. So I
They
guess
didn't really
it's-
make it to Turkey, so I just don't.
That's fair. I
I
mean,
haven't
it's
heard of
not.
them.
You should listen to at least their early stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really remember when they stopped being relevant, but the punk band that I was in certainly stopped caring about covering them for a while.
Mm.
But we did one of the songs. Damn It. I think we did Damn It. Man, I remember playing that on guitar and being real bad at it. Also did The Kids Aren't Alright by The Offspring. You heard that?
Okay. No.
Okay, well, there's a solo in it that I actually did do, and I did pretty well.
Fair
so
enough.
I'm pretty proud of
Fair
that
enough.
one. The Offspring are great. Do you like The Offspring?
Again, one of those bands that I haven't really heard of.
Not a punk guy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, punk is only Green Day, Ramones, and Good Charlotte for me.
Okay. I assume the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, and a bit of that.
Yeah. Alright, that's sad. But
Yeah, I'm not really into punk
Rise
that
Against, The
much.
Offspring. More that I'm forgetting right now. Leia, if you're listening to this, tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really cool if she rang right
I mean,
now.
Blondie was in the punk scene, but I wouldn't consider them punk.
Not really. Also, like, new-ish political-based punk post-Sex Pistols is very different sounding. Like, the Ramones don't really sound like that. And they aren't one of my favourite punk bands as a
No.
result. I like the political stuff. Enter Shikari are kind of punk, although, like, electro
Yeah.
punk. You heard them?
No. But one of my favourite bands are a Turkish band called Athena,
Mhm.
and they're ska punk.
Well, I haven't heard them, so
Well, yeah, but
can't judge you, can I?
it's an offshoot of punk where they have lots of harmonies and horn sections and
Hmm.
things like that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe we'll give that a listen at some point. Alright. Nah, that's the computer overheating because the room's getting hot. Alright, well, staying like that. So, anyway, let's get on to the main topic of the day. Let's see how long we can fill for. Songwriting. Generally speaking,
Yeah.
what do you think makes a song well written?
I think that's a very personal thing. So for everyone, the answer would be different. But for myself, a good written song is a song that moves me. It doesn't have to be emotional. But even if it's something like Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day, and if I'm jumping around like a mad thing in my room, then that means that is a well-written song. If the song's able to make me think about the music, the lyrics, or it might be just allowing me to think about other things. So I was listening to a Led Zeppelin song that I found the other day called No Quarter. And it's just one of those songs that allows me to refresh my mind and just think about
the song instead of you.
Yeah. So yeah, well-written song is just a song that embraces you. Yeah.
Sure. I agree.
What do you think?
I agree with all of that. I think it's the same with movies for me. If something doesn't actually make me feel an emotion, I don't consider it particularly valuable as an artifact. But I also think that a huge important part, and as songwriter for our band, it is flow of the lyrics, rhyme, because songs are just poems, and probably the cohesive narrative of it. Like, I'm not saying that all songs need to be this way, but for me, a song should have a story to it. So it shouldn't necessarily remain one note, unless that's kind of the point of the song. So I'm giving it a get out of jail free card. But I do think something needs to cohesively stick together. Like a lot of our songs take me a long time to get to, because I start out with because the way I write is sort of like put everything down, everything will come out, and then I'll go through over time and change sections, make sure it works. And I think for me, I'm just kind of describing the way I like to write songs, but I think I like songs that do that as well. Like a lot of Hailstorm's songs work to have to work so that the chorus is catchy and memorable, and the lyrics feed into it nicely every time. Yeah. So whilst moving the story along, they have to kind of flash back into a chorus that is applicable to all sections, which I really like. I think that without the emotion, if you have the emotion, you will probably have a cohesive narrative in there, because I don't think it's necessarily possible for you to have one without the other. Yeah. I guess you could have a narrative and then it'd be really boring. But you're not going to have... Yeah. That's... I guess the idea is just establish the pattern. Yeah. And then break the pattern with the middle eight or the bridge. And then return back to the pattern at the end, slightly renewed. Most songs stick to that basic formula. Or you could have a solo or something different. Yeah. Something, and I get on at the band a fair amount for making sure that I definitely tell you the meaning of the songs to make sure that we're on the same page musically and lyrically. Yeah. And that's another thing, and I guess it leads into our next question. Do you care more about music and lyrics? And what I was going to say is, without the music matching the lyrics, I don't think either can be good.
No. But I think a song, if it's musically great and lyrically bad, you can still listen to it. Sure. But if the music's bad and the lyrics are good, you can't really.
I agree.
Listen to it because the music is what holds the what allows the lyrics. Yeah. To have a meaning. Really.
Sure. I get you. If something doesn't sound you could be discordant and off key, but with nice sounding lyrics. Yeah. And it would sound terrible.
Yeah, it was absolute shit.
So I guess we answered that question with, we care more about the music.
Yeah.
But see, I guess it works together though, right? Because when I'm writing lyrics, and you probably do the same thing when you're writing, you have the tune almost first.
Yeah, I write the music first.
The lyrics fit around it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll get an idea for a phrase, but often that phrase is just going to be completely thrown out or changed so massively because it doesn't fit to the melody that I want to write.
Yeah, I find it impossible to write the lyrics and then write the music on top of that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
It's what slows down our songwriting process as a band, because I can't just have lyrics ready.
Yeah.
I have to have you guys write something for me. I don't know if that's a flawed way that we're doing it. And actually, we're
learning.
Yeah, we're on mic now. I don't even care. Next time we're writing, when you get back, I guess, I kind of want us to put aside like maybe a weekend and have a big writing session instead of doing it like we usually do, which is just fractured and all over the place. Because that Leia and Andy want to make sure their voice is being heard a bit more.
Okay.
So I was like, well, that sounds like a fun weekend, and it's kind of similar to our recording process, which worked really well.
Yeah, we could do that.
So, after that brief aside, where were we? What do we care more about, music or lyrics? Music. I guess. I love lyrics, though. They're hugely important. Do people actually listen to them?
Most people don't.
Yeah. To sing the sounds.
Yeah. I don't think most people listen to the lyrics. I think a lot of people listen to music as a relaxant, or just a way to think about something else, but they never focus on the lyrics.
Yeah,
which is a shame, really.
I mean, we're making huge assumptions, but I feel like it's
true.
Most
people I talk to, they're just.
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, when I talk about the lyrics, it doesn't clock. They're like, oh, really?
I think if I think to when I listen to a song, I first listen to the music and then on repeat listens hear the lyrics.
Yeah, then you start to understand what's going on. Especially
when people don't have like incredible diction, then sometimes you can't tell. Like, I'm English, you're Turkish. I know I struggle with a lot of the way Americans pronounce things. Do you?
Yeah, and in music, everyone has a different way of pronouncing words, and for some songs you completely change how you pronounce the word. So it can be hard to understand what one is saying.
Yeah. So
you just start guessing.
I think you and Leia once said to me, like, we don't listen to what I'm saying. Like, Leia said the only reason she knows any of the lyrics is because she gets me to send them to her so she can read through it.
But it's also, when you're gigging, it's really hard to actually hear the lyrics. Yeah. I mean, I barely hear myself when we're playing live. It's just a repetition that teaches me the lyrics.
Our last gig, I just had to assume you were singing.
I
couldn't hear you at all.
I mean, I wasn't hearing myself, but yeah.
There's a bit in situations where I just let you take over for a bit so I can breathe, and
I
couldn't
singing.
hear you. I could see you were singing. I was like, and the audience didn't look like confused, so either they were very polite, which would be unusual for an audience. Sorry, anyone who's been to see us gig. I don't mean to say that you're rude. Right, question 3. How do you, and me, I guess, start songwriting? Are there any topics that you avoid?
Well, I haven't written a lot of songs, so I haven't avoided any topics so far. But more personal experiences are always a big influence on songwriting.
Yeah. And
how you approach the subject. Especially if you're going through a breakup or just, personal drama problems. Yeah. I don't know, I usually start with a riff that I have in mind, and I usually connect it with different riffs I've written, and if I like it, I usually just doodle around playing the guitar every day anyway, and suddenly if lyrics start coming, I'd write them down.
Sure.
But I don't force it, because when you do it just doesn't work.
It's true. I often sit down and try to force myself to write and can't until something triggers.
Yeah.
And I'm often, like, sometimes I'm glad for it, because a recent song that we're going to work on today, is actually a compilation of 3 different attempts at songs. Yeah. And only when I took a step back, I think I took 2 days away from trying to force something, and then I had this realization of what I actually wanted to write about.
Yeah.
And I realized a lot of the lyrics were applicable, so I was able to kind of merge those together into what I actually wanted. But, so, there are pros and cons to it. But in terms of how do I start songwriting, it's a little different to yours, because primarily pianist and lyricist. I sit down, I pick a key almost at random, depending on what mood I want the song to be, and then I find the chords that I want, and I arrange something. It's often not very good, and I often that's why I tell you, like, sometimes write in this key, because it'll be the mood that I felt when I was playing around on the piano. I'll do like little riffs and things on the piano that I know won't make it into the final version, but they help me get the mood that I want to set.
And get it out of the system as well.
And in terms of topics I avoid, I try not to make anything about really in the moment moods. Often I'll write...
Really?
Yeah. Because if I have a big emotion, I'll want to write something, and I'll write it, and then I'll come back to it, and I'll be like, this is too mean. So, for example, I had an argument with our old guitarist, wrote about 3 pages of song lyrics. It was just a big rant in song form, and then came back to it, and I was like, okay, I can use some of these, but a lot of this is just kind of terrible. And it's because I let my emotion get like carried away. Whereas if I allow it to settle a little bit, then I can write much more coherently. I also try and avoid anything... I don't like writing songs that diss on exes. I find them mean. Especially since with a breakup, there's usually another side to that story.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a very personal issue as well.
Yeah. Even if I don't see it, I don't want to be one of the, making a broad claim here, but one of those kind of nasally American bands that write about how much of a bitch their ex is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not what I want to go down in history as being. Which is, I know, funny.
Necessary.
Like, on this podcast, I say so many things that other people would deem controversial, and I'm here saying, like, I just don't want to make fun of my exes, but I just don't think it's necessary. Everyone hurts through those times, you know. They aren't professionals who
you just
I'm
have to learn
criticizing the
through the
work
experience
of. Exactly.
Yeah, let it be.
I also am bad at writing about politics because I only half understand a lot of the things I'm talking about. I don't know.
You're lucky.
Like, I am very involved politically, and obviously go out and vote, everyone, for the correct party, which is left wing. But I don't feel confident writing about it. I was in a punk band. I wrote punk songs, political stuff, and I read back over them. And because I am bad at it, you can tell how much metaphor I've put in there to cover it up, or how I've just used buzzwords that I liked at the time. We were studying Russian history, and so of course a lot of Russian history in school made its way into my songwriting. It's like, yeah, but what's the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah, I've never been bothered on writing about politics.
As in, you don't like doing it, or as in, you don't want to do it?
No, because, I guess because I study it, I just never thought of singing about it. Because I have my own personal struggles with it.
Like, I would love us to have a political song, but I just don't know if I can pull it off as a singer as well. I think it takes quite a lot to be good at that, and I don't think that I am. So,
not yet, yeah.
You know, maybe we'll get there, but certainly not yet.
Yeah.
Any other topics that we avoid?
I don't know. But to answer part 1 of that question, how do you start songwriting? One of the songs I've written is called Marie. I think I sent you that one a few months ago.
I liked it.
And I was going through a weird phase, and I think we were in a shopping mall in Dubai, and I just got bored.
Not us.
No, not us.
No.
Me and my family. My family and I, sorry. And I just got bored of waiting, and I just started writing the lyrics. So songwriting can happen anywhere, at any time.
It often does. I find it
just hits you sometimes.
Inappropriate sometimes. Like, I'll have to stop and write something down, and people will be like...
Even if it's just a sentence, sometimes you just get these
or
ideas.
Sometimes I get, like, a title idea that will lead into the topic. Yeah, I know. I need to fix that fan. It doesn't pick up on the mic as well, so it just sounds like I'm insane talking.
I'm just hitting something.
often songwriting doesn't start. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Which probably brings us to the next step, which is what are the steps to songwriting? And I thought we could talk about maybe how the band songwrites at the moment, or how we have in the past. Because I think our process, which is why I want to work on it, is a little bit flawed in that it's quite fragmented.
Mm.
We all kind of take parts away, and we are a much tighter unit at the moment, so I'd like to bring us together and hopefully that reflects stronger. But primarily, our steps to songwriting are, I'll say, I have an idea for something, do you have any riffs?
And I'll send you about 15.
I'll pick one, sometimes two, play them out on the piano or the guitar if I can manage it, and then I'll like run away with it. I'll figure out the chords and the key and then bring it back to Lou. He'll make it better, because Leia usually says to me, because I show it to her, and then she's like, all right, cool, give it to Lou now. And I'm like, well, I could like do more. She's like, no, just give it to Lou. Stop fucking it up. And after that point, you'll come back to me with another draft. We'll hammer it out and then bring it to Leia, who will take away with the drums. And that's pretty much been our process for a while. Drums are usually last, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we figure out what the lead and the rhythm are doing.
I guess Cupid Arrow was completely different, because I had written the whole song and then I sent it to you and you just wrote lyrics on it, which was very easy. Yeah. And that's why we should focus on that when I get back.
That's a hard one for me, actually. I think that's the hardest way to write for the lyrics.
It worked.
Yeah.
And we had lyrics within a day.
That was a quick session. I had a lot of them already done.
Okay,
and I just had to reformat them. But that one, that was a tasking job. There's another one which we've abandoned, Circle 9, which, again, I was given a riff, verses and bridge and stuff.
But I guess we were together to write most of the music for that.
But I didn't write any lyrics on top of it. And that, for me, was incredibly difficult. I struggle quite a lot with... That
was a good song.
I don't think so. I think it's almost a good song. I think it's close to being a good song.
Yeah. So I'll say good for our standards.
I think we have better. But yeah, that's pretty much been our songwriting process. And what I'd like to do in the future is do that, but all in the same space at one time. Have people bouncing off each other, and then maybe have a break to take it somewhere at the end of the day, like take it to the rehearsal studio, try it out, and do things like that. Because otherwise it just it feels like you and I are the only voices who get heard. Especially in terms of, like, it's okay with me to include other people in writing the melody. Like, everyone in the band has good ideas and bad ideas, so it might be a relief.
The more the better.
Yeah.
Different ideas.
And it's not like it's too many cooks. We've got, we've got 4 people at the moment, so we'll be fine. Which takes us to the next question. I've said that so many times. I'm going to edit out me saying that. Or I'll layer it on top. So, how long do you write for? I guess this is a weird question, is really, how long does it take to write a song?
As long as the song needs.
Often.
Sorry about that.
No, I think.
Which could be anywhere between 2 minutes to a month.
It can take longer as well.
Yeah.
Some songs we haven't finished writing until.
Sometimes you just have to leave it for a few weeks and forget about the song completely, and then come back to it and just see how it is. You get new ideas. Maybe you just hate it completely.
Yeah, a lot of the time...
I mean, we've left a few songs out.
Yeah. Because, you change.
Yeah.
And you don't want to come back to things. Sometimes things for me, which I'll get into later, are just too painful to sing.
Yeah.
How long do I write for? I feel like I'm constantly writing a song. I feel like it isn't done until I get 100% happy with the lyrics. And even then, the melody... When we were recording, the melody changed right at the last minute for both of the songs.
Yeah.
Like, there are sections
the
where...
last chorus changed a lot.
Yeah. because our producer was like, right, it needs to build a bit more, it needs to be
Yeah.
different here. So I guess it changed.
Well, the more you learn, it just evolves.
Yeah, and I guess how long do we write for? We write until we record it and until it's set in stone almost.
Yeah, it just changes all the time.
We come up with new ideas sometimes. Some of the bass line to No One But We changed when we got a new bassist. So yeah, I think you just write until it's
You feel
done.
satisfied.
Yeah. And even then, I reckon it can change. Like, I'm sure if I did any research at all for this episode, if we looked up some famous examples of songs, they would change over the years.
Oh, Bon Jovi, they have an album called This Left Feels Right, released in 2002, I think. And basically, they redid all of their biggest hits and completely changed each song.
Like, completely?
Completely. Apart from the lyrics, everything was changed musically. And it sounds really cool.
Are there any better than the originals?
No, but it's just it's a different vibe.
Sure. I mean, they're older, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to have different taste.
And I think that's a really big challenge.
Yeah.
To change something you play for so long.
Yeah, I don't know that... I mean, currently we couldn't do it because we haven't been playing for long enough.
No.
But yeah, we write for as long as possible, I guess. The writing process doesn't feel like it's ever done. Even in Loyalty Withdrawal, one of the reasons that one of the pre-choruses is different to how I've originally written it is pure laziness. Like, I was tired and I was like, yeah, we can just use the same version, instead of just remembering what lyrics I'd done and singing a different version. So, you know, some things changed for the better or for the worse. I'm not really sure where that ended up. But how do we know when to stop, I guess? If we're continually writing, is there a point where we stop?
I think it just feels natural. If you're very tired, or if you feel like the song's going nowhere, it's safe to stop, because then you're just forcing yourself to write, and that's you don't enjoy that. It's not fun. Usually the work's shit. So just let it go.
If you're repeating yourself,
yeah.
Sometimes I get a lot of the time when I make myself write something, I'll get to a point where I'm just repeating other songs I've written. And I'm like, this feels really familiar. Well, this is really good. I'd be like, you wrote it in a different song.
Yeah.
And it was better in that song. So...
And sometimes the rhymes sound like, nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
So you're just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Usually when you have no drive for the emotion of the song anymore, if you can't connect to it...
You have to feel it.
I definitely think it's fatigue. When you know when to stop writing a song, it's because you're tired of it. And you probably shouldn't be tired of it if it's doing its job.
Yeah. I want to come back to that in September. Because, I don't know, part of me just feels something that we could use there.
You didn't talk about a song.
You
didn't talk about a song.
I said fatigue.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
I'm resuming the thing you started.
Got it. I've tried to write that song so many times, you know, I haven't left it alone. And I just cannot make it work.
Maybe it's just the music we have to change.
I think it's the music that we have to change, definitely. I reckon...
I've got some ideas for warning signs, though.
Alright. That actually brings me to my next question, nicely. Have you written any bad songs, and can you recount them?
Yes. Every single songwriter in the world has written
Mostly
more bad songs than good songs.
If you haven't written any bad songs, all your songs are bad.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to be brutally honest with what you write.
Yeah.
Because then you can't improve. Which I guess goes for most things in life. You just have to be honest with yourself. And send the material to other musicians. Like when I wrote the solo for Loyalty, I sent it to all my musician friends and like, is this good enough? And so I trust your guys' opinion.
It was good enough. We were happy with it.
But yeah, everyone writes bad songs. I've written a few. Yeah. You've written a few.
Yeah. I've written... more of our songs are bad to me. And some of that is because I don't think the emotion comes across. I think I've been a little scatterbrained when I've been writing it. Some of the time, it isn't the writing of the song; it's the performance that makes it bad. And it's great in theory, and then when you perform it, it just doesn't work. It's also quite difficult to tell sometimes because you're on stage performing something and you can't read the audience's mind, and they'll give us feedback sometimes, like, "Oh, I really liked that song," and I'll be like, "Oh, that is a bad song."
Yeah, most of our bad songs were liked.
That I hate doing. But like warning signs gives me a lot of stress and upset. I don't like it because it brings me back to an emotional place that upsets me to sing about. It's the same with Disappear, which is a much worse version of warning signs.
Yeah, but I made it funk.
Yeah, you did. It was better.
And we had focus on it.
What was I going to say?
I don't know what you were going to say.
Yeah, I find them both very draining to think about and even worse to perform. And it's the same with Circle 9 in that I didn't look forward to singing it. It felt hard to get through. Some of that's just me because I've written about a topic that upsets me. And I've done it at the time because I needed to process the feelings. But then when you come to perform it a lot and other people are telling you, I felt something with this, and you're like, okay, I'm so happy, but I don't want to sing about it anymore because it's too tiring.
Well, what you can do is, you could do what I did, write all of it, but wait for a while.
Well, that's what...
Before you...
If we return to anything, it'll only be because I feel ready
That's
to
why
do
I didn't want to share the songs I wrote so far, because I'm not ready to...
That's fair.
To share it with other people.
That's fair. Whereas... No One But We, I won't go into too much depth because I don't like giving things a definitive meaning to an audience, but that was written about a few different events. Loyalty Withdrawal is about something that makes me angry, and anger is much easier to sing about than sadness. Sadness is by far the most difficult emotion for me to sing and express.
I think it is for most people.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's worse because I'm English and we're so repressed. Sorry, English people who are listening, but we are.
Yeah.
Whereas I find I've always had a temper. I'm happy to sing about angry things. A little angstier is okay with me. Maybe the most difficult emotion I find to sing actually is happiness, because it doesn't drive me anywhere necessarily. I think contentment is kind of boring. For songs, for real life, everyone, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've written some bad songs pre the band and with the band. My worst song is probably the first one I wrote, I guess, the first proper song I wrote. I got some positive feedback for it, but I read through it the other day and I was like, this is heavy-handed. Heavy-handed. It was
first songs are always shite.
It was me trying to be Ed Sheeran a little bit as well.
Fair enough.
It was brutal. About someone who meant a lot to me, and therefore cannot do it anymore. It is not worth using. But it impressed the teenagers that I played it for when I was younger, so that's great. But instead of talking about the bad things we've written, what is your favourite thing you've written so far?
What, lyrically or musically?
Both. You have that rare position where you can talk about them separately.
I think I'm better at writing the music than the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a song called Last Time that I wrote. And I actually played that last week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I sang it, but I played the music and you guys seem to really like it. So I think musically and lyrically that's my favourite song. Because I'm able to capture the feeling I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those songs where I can live the emotions when I'm singing it and playing it, and the people I'm singing it to can also emphasize.
Mm-hmm.
So I can connect. I think it's one of those songs, and that's why I think it's one of my favourite.
That's fair. I have two songs that I struggle to figure out which, and they're both the ones that made it onto the EP, unsurprisingly.
Loyalty, No One.
Yeah, I think they're the best things I've written. I'm really proud of the song we're writing at the moment. It's coming along really nicely lyrically. Other than that, I wrote a song for my punk band called it was abbreviated to Art Lal, and I can't remember what that stood for. And I don't even remember if I wrote the lyrics. I might have just written the music. I think I just wrote the music. Oh no, I contributed to the bridge, which I thought was very good. Right. And I was pretty proud of that, because apparently giving me 4 lines of politically based material is the appropriate amount for me. I can understand and do that much. But yeah, I think No One and... I'm just like jerking myself off. But I really like the lyrics for Loyalty and No One. I think they're strong. They're clear.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And I figured out what style actually felt like me at that point. Whereas previously, I think being a bit more direct certainly suits me more.
I think our songs are really straightforward.
I like that.
They just go through like a bullet.
Yeah.
It starts as the way it finishes, just goes through.
And for me, that's what I like currently. I'm sure we'll change.
Yeah.
But at the moment, that's what I
It
like
works.
writing. Well, we'll let the people decide if it works. So I've actually got a game to end.
I've seen it, and I don't want to.
Well, it's not just about this. This is the topic that I've given you. You get to pick a topic for me. So I'm going to give Lou 2 minutes to write a rap
About dental hygiene.
Yeah, we're going to prove
No.
that you're the great lyricist. And I'm going to write a rap about a subject that you're going to tell me about. We're going to have 2 minutes. Do as many lines as you can to whatever
we have to
beat.
share this.
Yeah. This is just to show that you write way more bad than you write good. Also, neither of us are rap artists.
No.
This will be the worst thing we've done. I wanted to top whatever we talked about previously.
Why are you doing this?
Alright, give me a subject and I'll do mine as well. I'll also pause the recording while we do this, but...
Okay. You said you hate writing about politics.
Alright, here we go.
How about you write about the relationship?
Okay, right, we're gonna get too specific. If I can't know what it is...
No, you should.
Alright, here we go.
I mean...
Relationship.
Between Donald Trump...
Between Trump...
and Kim Jong-un.
Alright, it's gonna be limited, isn't it? Okay. Alright, well, there
mine's
you go.
about dental hygiene. I have no idea what to do.
I don't remember what
I literally have no words to say right now.
I have no idea what I was thinking when I wrote dental hygiene there, what I was watching to make me think that. But in any case, we're going to have 2 minutes. I'm going to give us an extra 30 seconds, actually. We're going to have 2 minutes 30 to write about whatever topic we have. Okay, I'm going to pause the mic while we do this.
Oh my god.
Alright, welcome back into this terrible idea.
Horrendous idea. Thanks for doing this, Matt.
I'm going to make Leia do more stuff like this. So, do you want to go first? In your rap about dental hygiene, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
But I want to apologise.
Wait,
because
who to?
To all the rap lovers and the rappers out there, because I love rap.
I mean...
And I'm aware this is absolute shite.
You had 2 minutes.
Wow.
You know...
That's a lot to think about dental hygiene.
Yep. That's all you need. If it doesn't start with the words, I'm Louis E. and I'm here to say, then I don't think you win the game.
Wait, I need to...
You're just going to add that in.
I'm Louis E. Yeah.
And I'm here to say...
Yeah. Okay. Get ready.
Alright.
And I'm Louis E. and I'm here to say, you gotta brush, let the mint flow to make the teeth glow. It's all about the duration to get them polished.
Okay. That was the worst thing I've ever heard. I am. Like,
that was so bad.
You very convincingly had, like, an attempt at a flow.
Oh, yeah.
And then just, like, it just didn't
work. Well, because I had duration, and I was like, what rhymes with duration?
And you...
I'm like, nothing.
Yeah. You stuck to it. You stuck to that word.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if I do this. This is my rap about Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un and Donnie T living together in harmony. They both sit atop their iron thrones, looking down on children's bones. Trump Tower is the place to be. When the bombs rain down, there'll be only ones that are free.
I should leave. I should just jump out this window.
I was so proud of this.
You should be.
That is terrible, but in the best way. I think...
I mean...
If there's a crown to give someone...
Yeah, you deserve it.
I've taken it off Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. We hate you guys. Go to hell. I feel confident saying that for you. Is that okay?
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely fine.
Sweet. Well, Microsoft Word just closed. Don't send. Okay. So that brings us to. I don't have a controversial corner for this week. Do you?
No.
No, I don't have. Me and Leia have run out of controversial opinions.
I mean, I guess saying that about Trump and Un is controversial for some people.
That's true. Don't listen to this podcast.
I mean, not for me, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who agree with them, and I respect that.
I don't. I don't respect you for being a fuckwit. Oof, brave words. Maybe I'll cut that out. Maybe I won't. We'll find out. Anyway, we are at Wild Abyss Band on Twitter and Instagram. We're at Wild Abyss on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You got anything to plug?
No.
We have an EP that is coming out
next week sometime, hopefully.
Yeah, but is that going to be when this gets released?
It'll be out sometime.
Yeah. If you,
have a look.
Maybe it's out. It's called...
Just have a browse.
Yeah.
It's called What was it?
It's called Needs More Cowbell.
Okay.
So it actually unintentionally...
I should probably know the
name. Well, it unintentionally flows as Wild Abyss Needs More Cowbell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think any of us intended. No. So I guess now every album has got to be Wild Abyss something. Yeah. Wild Abyss eats raw meat. Wild Abyss chews on tobacco. That one's lame. Should have ended on eats raw meat.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Just let it go.
Yep. Wild Abyss lets it go. Okay, I feel better now. We'll see. I'll see you guys next week. You'll be in...
I'll see you in 3 months.
Oh, fucking hell, man. It's too long. Where will you be, Lee?
I will be...
You don't have to tell them. I think.
Oh.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, I'll be on somewhere on Earth.
Yeah, he'll be on Earth.
Chilling out.
No insurance was voided by talking about this.
Yeah.
Am I still housing your stuff here for a bit?
If you can.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, if you can pick some stuff up.
Yeah, alright, when?
Can you do it tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know why we're still recording.
I just leave crap in at this point. Right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, wait. I'm going to edit in Leia saying bye as well.
That's going to be weird.
Bye.